Exit the vehicle.
You bust my bro.
That ain't good. You good? Yeah, you or him? Okay.
So I'm sure you're aware of the viral video of the young black man who was assaulted by the officer, only for the body cam footage to be released and tell a different story. Or does it? Well, I'm gonna show both of those angles and then I'll give my thoughts.
Can you call your supervisor? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
33 at 15 an hour.
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No.
Stop fighting. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
77, 35. I'm properly dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Step out of the vehicle.
No.
Step out of the vehicle. 25 seconds. For 9-4, the driver just slammed the door and locked it.
Call your supervisor.
Yep.
Unit
25 seconds. If anybody responding, come in from Commonwealth, block the vehicle, please. Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window. I'm about to break the window.
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
33 at 15.1 hours.
What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. No, don't touch it.
Stop fighting. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Now, I don't know the heart of the officer in this video, so I don't know if he's racist. I can't say, but I couldn't care less, to be honest. That's not my issue here. The man closed the door and locked it, so the officer breaks the window. That's also not my issue here. My issue is the large number of people who saw both angles, the angle from the man's phone and the body cam footage, and walked away feeling like the way he was physically dealt with, assaulted, was justified. Oh, well, he should have complied. And it's not those words I have a problem with, because I do think he should have complied, and I'll touch on that later. It's the energy with those words. It's the lack of empathy, a lack of compassion. He could have handled it better, but the punishment, so to speak, did not fit the crime. The problem I see is this is an abuse of authority issue, not a race issue. Once it was publicly made into a race issue, Republicans, conservatives, whites immediately take the opposing side. See, we politicize everything, and pretty much all the victim groups are on the left. So when the video went viral and the left side cried racism, all those on the right feel obligated. They have to push back because they have to defend the side they identify with. Because to agree with any part of the interaction being wrong would be to give power to the opposition, so to speak. I admit when I saw it, my thoughts were, what led to all that? I thought maybe he harmed somebody in a hit and run, maybe, spit on the officer before he turned the camera on, I don't know. So when I saw people rejoicing about how the body cam footage told a different story, I was like, oh snap, let me look into this. But then it doesn't tell a different story. It provides more context, which is always good. But the general dynamic of him refusing to open the door and the cop assaulting him isn't made any better or worse, only a different angle. So in the original video, we see the cop breaks the window, assaults him, snatches him out, where he's grabbed by 3 to 4 officers, assaulted again, and then taken to the ground. And from that video, we can put together that he refused to comply with the officer's orders. Only information we get from the body cam footage is why the officer claimed to be stopping him. Then we get to see the new angle of the cop breaking the window, assaulting him, pulling him out, where he's then grabbed by multiple officers, assaulted again, and then taken to the ground. Notice how in the body camera footage, it's actually less context to a certain degree, because from the perspective of that officer, you can't even tell that he punched him. You can't even tell that he got hit. Another time when he got removed from the vehicle, it just looks like he just was aggressively pulled out of the car. So you could argue that it's actually less context looking at the body cam footage. But for those who are counting on it contradicting the original racist cop narrative, it was like a sigh of relief for him. I knew he had to do something to deserve that. Because let's face it, we're all tired of the racist cop versus the black man story. So all they needed to see was him making it the slightest bit difficult for the cop who claimed to be stopping him about lights, and then it was justified. But race aside, it was bullshit and it was excessive. The punch was completely unnecessary. It looked to me like a man who in that moment just couldn't control his emotions. Step out of the vehicle. The glass is already broken. You clearly see he has nothing to harm you. You weren't in any immediate danger. So it just looked like lack of control, being pissed that his authority was being challenged. Let's put a woman in this scenario. For shits and giggles, it's a white woman locked in the car. Would it be justified for her to be handled in this manner? What if it was an elderly person? So if you think it wouldn't be right to do it in those two scenarios, why not? And for the few who think it would still be justified, why do you think it's okay to be assaulted in an instance like this for not opening a door? We're not talking about a person who was being aggressive or was a threat to any other person. If your child or loved one was in that situation, if you're honest with yourself, would you just say, should have complied? If you're being honest, I'd guess you wouldn't. But if you want to double down on the ignorance, so be it. And these are the types that lead me to say, when dealing with law enforcement, comply. Just ask why you're being stopped if you haven't already been informed, and provide the information when asked. If you truly think you are being wrongfully pulled over, take your ticket and take it to the judge. Your chances of getting a warning or a lighter fine are higher if you cooperate or remain even keeled in those situations. But if you think being defensive or arguing your case on the side of the road is going to cause a cop to come to his senses, you're a fool. Put your pride to the side. I'm not telling you to code switch or be fake, but don't give an officer a reason, because time and time again, we see people use it against a person for just not complying. Like in this situation, all that "where's your supervisor" shit, save that for Karen. Officers are not legally obligated to provide you a supervisor. We gotta stop watching these videos of these sovereign citizens who act like no laws apply to them, acting like they know how to really interpret the law. So they challenge police officers and anybody else of authority every chance they get, spewing out codes and laws, trying to beat a police officer in a battle of legal knowledge that ultimately just ends up with a bunch of wasted time, like hours, and still being locked up or worse. So no, I do not think this assault was racially motivated per se. And yes, the man was not making the cop's job easy, but no, that did not justify him being assaulted. We should all be able to see wrong is wrong and excessive as excessive, whatever party or team you're a part of. Cops abuse their authority too often, and I don't care if that's 10% of the time. It's too often. Until we can stop identifying so deep to our core with these different sides and groups, not able to see how biased we are in our thinking. A lot of people that are members of certain groups, there's so much predictability that goes with it. You know how they feel about this, and that. All about, I'm Republican, I'm Democrat. And you know how they feel about 90% of topics because they all just think alike. And it's like, is that even really what you think? Is that even really what you feel? Give me a like and subscribe and comment your thoughts.